Did you know your business can honor God while transforming lives around the world? Welcome to the IBAM Biblical Entrepreneurship Show, the weekly podcast that inspires and equips Christian entrepreneurs to build sustainable businesses that glorify God and uplift impoverished communities. At IBAM, our mission is built on the three fish metaphor. Give a fish. We provide startup loans to launch businesses. Teach to fish. We offer entrepreneur training for lasting growth. Equip for discipleship. We empower discipleship to multiply impact. Join IBAM's founder, Steve Adams, as he shares powerful solo episodes and expert interviews filled with mentorship, insights, and real-life stories of how biblical entrepreneurship is advancing the Great Commission. Subscribe now and get ready to be inspired, equipped, and empowered to make an eternal impact.
You're not too small. You're just too silent. Have you ever felt like what you have to offer is just too small? Maybe it's $10. A business idea scribbled in a journal. A dream to support missions, but no idea how. The voice in your head whispers, "That's cute," but it won't make a difference. Here's the truth. You're not too small. You're just too silent. You've been trained by the world to believe that big stages, big checks, and big platforms are the only way to change lives. But the kingdom of God runs on mustard seeds, on loaves and fish, on faith that shows up. So today, we're going to expose the lie. And more importantly, we're going to give you a roadmap to step into impact, even if you feel small. Because your silence isn't humility, it's hesitation. And the world doesn't need you perfect. It needs you present. Where this lie comes from, we live in a culture obsessed with scale. The nonprofit world celebrates the billion-dollar fundraisers. The business world glorifies unicorn startups. Even church culture sometimes rewards visibility over obedience. No wonder the average giver or Christian entrepreneur feels disqualified. If you don't have a seven-figure income or 10,000 followers, what could God possibly do through you? But let me show you something radical. Jesus didn't applaud the wealthy donors that day. He honored the woman who gave 2 copper coins, not because of the amount, but because she gave it. Silence isn't safety. Inaction isn't stewardship. When you withhold your voice, your gift, your time, you withhold kingdom multiplication. Stories that prove the point. Let me tell you about Claire, a young woman from Central Asia. Grew up Muslim, found Jesus, and started selling flowers and coffee from her kitchen table. No investors, no fancy storefront, just faith and a dream. She didn't wait until she was rich to give back. She used what she had. And God multiplied it. Today, Claire runs 5 branches across Central Asia. She employs missionaries, funds ministry, and shares the gospel through every sale. She wasn't too small. She just refused to stay silent. Or take Suryan from Indonesia. He thought he was just starting a business, but IBAM training showed him how to integrate faith. Now his company doesn't just generate income. It disciples students. Suryan isn't flashy, but he is faithful. And that's what God multiplies. The hidden cost of silence. Here's what silence does. It keeps your church from seeing business as a valid mission field. It keeps entrepreneurs stuck in the lie that faith and work can't mix. It keeps donors paralyzed, wondering if their gifts are too small to matter. But when you speak up with your giving, your leadership, your testimony, you unlock permission for others to follow. Like David, he wasn't Goliath. He didn't even wear armor. He just showed up. Faith doesn't need volume. It needs action. When you show up with your 2 coins, your 5 loaves, your $10, you partner with a God who feeds thousands with small things. What to do when you feel too small? Let's get practical. You feel too small? Start anyway. Here are 3 ways to move from silence to significance. 1. Start speaking. Tell someone about the dream God put in your heart. Share a testimony. Send an email. Make the post. Faith grows when it's spoken. 2. Start giving not when you're a millionaire. Now, $10 a month through IBAM launches real businesses and real discipleship around the world. 3. Start believing you don't need a stage to lead. You need obedience. Business is not secular. Giving is not secondary. Your voice is not irrelevant. God has always used the overlooked to overturn darkness. IBAM is here to equip you. At IBAM, we disciple nations through business. We don't give handouts. We give training, startup capital, and ongoing mentorship to launch biblical entrepreneurs in the world's hardest places. And we do it with your help. Your $10 per month doesn't go into a black hole. It turns into coffee shops in Central Asia, delivery companies in Zambia, student ministries in Indonesia, and every single dollar fuels more than economics. It fuels discipleship. If you're an entrepreneur, we have training for you. If you're a donor, we have updates for you. If you're a pastor, we have curriculum for your church. Because you're not too small, you're just too silent. And now that you've heard this, you can't stay silent any longer. The world is desperate for kingdom solutions. Business that disciples, giving that empowers, churches that equip, not just preach. But none of this happens unless ordinary believers choose to speak up, to act, to partner. You're that believer. Today, join the IBAM movement. Give $10 per month. Sponsor an entrepreneur. Share this message. Because somewhere out there, a young woman is waiting to be empowered. A church is waiting to be equipped. A nation is waiting to be discipled. And God is waiting on you. You're not too small. You're just too silent. But not anymore.
Listening to the International Business as Mission podcast, a space where we explore how to build businesses rooted in biblical principles that create global impact. But we're not just here to talk. We're taking action to spread entrepreneurship to poverty-stricken communities around the world. Our mission is to be the catalyst that empowers people to build sustainable livelihoods and break the cycle of poverty. We follow the 3 fish principle: give a fish, providing startup loans to empower entrepreneurs. 2, teach to fish, offering entrepreneurial training for sustainable business practices. And 3, equip for disciple making, building a community that supports spiritual growth alongside business success. This is life-changing work, but we can't do it alone. We need passionate impact partners like you to join us on this mission. By becoming a donor, your generous gift will directly fund the establishment of new businesses that provide dignified work and hope. Just imagine, your donation could help a single mother in rural Africa start a small farming venture that allows her to feed her children and send them to school. Or a young man in Southeast Asia to launch a small business, breaking the chains of generational poverty. This is the power of entrepreneurship as a force for good. Will you join us in unleashing it? Go to ibam.org now to start impacting lives through the transformative power of business as mission. Together, we can create a world of flourishing.